Hello everybody and welcome back. It's me, Quark, and today we're playing more Timberborn. Last time we left off, we only had 50, I want to say about 50 or so, maybe a little bit more golems. Today we have 212. So this game has ran offline for about 3 or 4 days, and then I had to stop because I came back and a lot of them were dead and everything was poisoned because they blew up and a bunch of stuff happened. So I reloaded a slightly previous save, ran it for about another day, and here we are. It was pretty catastrophic and I wasn't gonna like keep that one. I mean, it was the natural progression of it, but it was really bad. So how all of this is now, not too much has changed. I'm starting this little thing up here. I don't know why, but I guess it's just more or less to cover the entire map with as much districts and beavers and golems as possible at this point. So I got them filling all of this in, or at least most of this in, to start a district. So we got all that going up there. Let's see. They have a forest over here now. I don't know if that was in the last one, but they now have a forest over here to give them more wood because as they sit, they now have 479, but for a while there, they were at 0. And a lot of my golems weren't able to run at full capacity because we didn't have enough power to run these number crunchers, and we had like no science, and it got pretty dark there for a little bit. Down here, all of this is built up. Everything is running smoothly for the most part. This is where the first part of the culling happened, where a lot of my beavers or my golems were dying and everything. But I think I got that kind of smoothed out with this over here. So how this works is we got 4 more repair stations because that's what made them blow up. We got a couple of recharge stations, couple more gear stations, so that way they can really pump out on these, because we have 3,000 planks and now we have 90 gears, but for a while there we had no gears, so they weren't making repair kits at all. And I also got these two making repair kits for now because that's kind of our most important thing at the moment. We have a bunch of golems, so I'm not too worried about golem production at the moment. They added this really cool thing right here called a gravity battery. And how it works is whenever the power is not being used, it fills up. But whenever the power is being used, it gets used first, I guess. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I do know that it's like now it's going up. But for a long time there, it was just sitting at 0. See, now it's going back down. So I don't know how this damn thing works. So I'm not worried about it. I only built one. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh yeah, we did this. We got a huge forestry area over here. So they have this section of the forestry area and whatever their beavers can cut. And they have all of this, which also leads into, I think I can actually cut one of these guys out. Yeah, I'll probably cut this one out, or this one, since we have this guy up here able to do some too. Which leads into this. We have another underground ruins now within our reach because we move our district center right here. We can now reach this one too. So that means we'll have 2 underground mines. We haven't started building it yet. And to be honest, I don't know when I'm going to, just because these underground mines take a lot. So it takes 1 gear, 1 treated plank just to make scrap. As you can tell, we have no treated planks. We have 2. That's it. The way to make treated planks is kind of difficult because you have to have these tappers, you have to have these pine trees so they can tap the pine trees, get the pine tree resin, and they take that into plank and they take it up here and it turns this into a treated plank. Yeah, it's different. But this is how we have progressed offline. And to be fair, for the most part, everything is going smoothly. And I think I'm going to start cutting out some more of these beavers. Because like as we sit, we only have 77 beavers now. I think last time we had like 150 or so. So we have really dropped them down a lot. And I would love to drop them down a lot more. And basically just try to make this as many golems as possible. The only downside with this area is there's really nowhere else to put more recharge stations, which we have a bit. We have 3 over here and we have like 8 over here. It's quite a bit, but like as it sits like over here, I mean, we have, I guess it's about the same. I think it's more repair stations that we'd have to worry about, but I do want to start culling these ones out, getting these beavers gone, and yeah, basically just converting this entire area into golems only. Eventually, luckily enough, since we have the iron teeth, we can eventually bring the beavers back, kind of like a weird science experiment thing. But all we need are these breeding pods, so we can always bring our beavers back if we ever wanted to, but not having to worry about food, which would help this storage out so much. And yeah, so not have to worry about food, not having to worry about berries, water, all that stuff. Like this would open up so much area right here, and we could take this out and turn all of this into just fertile tree planting area. It would be really nice to just get all the beavers gone. So I think the only reason why we haven't, at least all of the beavers, is because we can make them do this. And while they're doing these jobs, I mean, it gives us the science that we need. Like, yeah, we can use number crunchers, but we have to use one of these per number cruncher. And well, it doesn't work out that way because that's a lot of power. Maybe 20 or so beavers, 20 or 25. And we'll just have them do nothing but science. Other than that, so yeah, I almost said something really bad about the beavers, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're going at. I do want to start a new district up here. I'm just not 100% certain on how it's going to go and which way it's going to progress, because really we don't need it, because we have everything we need. We have this district that makes wood. We have this district that makes wood and golems. So I don't know what this district up here would even be, except for just more land covered. So I don't know, we'll see how this progresses. Oh, another thing, they changed the migration tab. So if I go to migrate population, it's now like this. And it was very confusing for me at first because none of this made any sense to me, because I was like, oh, okay, so I adjust it here or adjust it here or something like that. But no, how it works is you just click here. That's it. It sends them over and we're good. This is the minimum. So basically if that, which is a nice feature, because like my old districts, whenever they would constantly die out and I would have to have a very set amount of beavers in that district just to run everything, I could set that minimum to be like 100. And that district would constantly have 100 beavers, and whenever beavers died, it automatically sent more over, which is really cool. It's a really awesome feature to have. Right now as it sits, I don't need it because I'm trying to get the beavers out. But yeah, so that's a really cool feature, by the way, though. So right now what I'm doing is I'm phasing out all of these beaver jobs and I'm converting most of them to golems. So for the most part, now we have 81 golems over here. We have 30 beavers that don't have anything to do, so that's 30 beavers we can get rid of. So that means we'll have like 45 once they start, dying off and everything. I paused most of this food because it's not going to be needed. This area can be used for something else. Like we can extend this, what's it called? This pathing platforms. Yeah, we can extend these platforms all the way through here and give us so much more area to do stuff with right here, and just leave this spot over here for food. Because if we only have 50 beavers, like the amount of spatter dock we have now is enough to deal with it. So we're going to start calling our beavers out a little bit, and I think that's going to be the focus of this video, is just getting rid of the beavers. It's going to be a sad time because it was a lot of fun having these beavers here, but yeah, at the moment they're not necessary. They're not important. We don't need them. Like I said, unless the devs do something to balance this out to where you need beavers, like to run these repair stations or something, yeah, they're not needed. Golems can do every other job. They can even do these jobs for the aquatic farmhouses, even though they're not supposed to be in water. Like, see, water ingress, that means he's going to be walking 25% slower until that dries out. And that also kind of drops his durability a little bit, but yeah, they're not needed. I think I'm going to convert these real quick back over to beavers, so that way they can clear all these out, and then we'll switch it back to golems only. But I think filling in this entire area with platforms shouldn't be too bad. I don't think it's going to do anything like crazy. It won't affect the water or anything like that. because the water's going to flow underneath anyways. So I've regressed the beavers down to just this small section of food, and I've done away with their aquatic farmhouses. They will be deleted soon enough. So they only have this small bit of food to deal with now. And they have 10,000 foods, so that'll be enough to keep them going for a little bit until, you know, they start dying out. So I'm gonna start pausing their breeding pods, and I'm probably just gonna leave them with like 3 maybe, because I think 3 should be enough. If not, we can always restart them, but this is kind of the way the dodo is going. Oh, also, I changed the name of this district here. So I have a movie that I really like. It's not my favorite movie. I can't watch it all the time, but I really enjoyed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So this district is now called LiveCorp. E is capital, everything else is lowercase, because you flip it around, it's evil. The reason why is because the robots are going to be taking over the beavers. I know it's corny, but yeah, I don't know, I like that. So what's great about this area being right in between, both districts of beavers are building it, which is beautiful. I love it. They're not really building as much as I expected. I think it's because there's no pathing, so they can't build that far in. Like here should be fine, but I think once they get down to like way over here, since there's no pathing, they're not going to build it all. So oops. So we'll give them some building paths like so. That should help out, and that means they should be able to reach all of this. All right, so they got a majority of this done. I know we didn't do much in this episode like I planned on. It was mainly just recapping everything that happened offline. So a lot did happen offline, and yeah, the recap took up most of the video, but they got a majority of this done. So like, it just got this little bit left. I'm sorry if I sound a little scraggly. I have allergies that are kicking up really bad. And yeah, so it's interesting. Allergies are fun. I love allergies so much. But they got all of this going, and I think the next episode, whenever we come back, because I actually split this up, so there's actually 2 district gates right here. This path right here is like the max reach from this district. So this half is going to be theirs. The other half is going to be these beavers, or these golems actually, because we only have 63 beavers now. So yeah, they can use this for things that they need. They can use this for, I don't know, something. Probably give this some more recharge stations or some more. Well, it looks like they're fine actually right now, because it looks like there's not too many golems piling up in there. They got 2 up here they're building on. That's going to be for the new district once that gets done. So basically, as it sits right now, let me pause it before it gets too dark. So as it sits right now, these beavers take over this entire bottom area except for like this little bit in the corner, which I'm not too worried about. They take over this entire area from almost corner to corner. And then you got these beavers over here. I got a little project going right here, but they're going to take up this entire middle section, right? Because they basically do. They reach all the way to here. They don't reach all the way over yet, but that could be something we're going to do. I don't know. But they do reach this entire middle section. So all that's covered by them. And then once we get up to this district up here, they're going to cover this entire section. So it'll be 3 districts covering the entire map. So I think this is all working out pretty well. We're actually heading, it's probably still going to be a little bit, but we're heading pretty close to the end of this one. We just need one more district going up here and kind of maximize them. So like I said, it's going to be a while. It's not going to be like right now or next week or the week after. It'll probably be a couple weeks still, but yeah. We're kind of in the last phase before the end game. So this is kind of the last phase, and then up here would be the end game. If that makes any sense. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to like the video, and if you're not already subscribed, I definitely recommend subscribing because I do make new content all the time. And I'm not a one-trick pony. I have multiple different series that you can always go down and check out. And yeah, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Timberborn.